Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, and how many of you all fire up that old Garry's mod? I know some of y'all be like, that's still a game? Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to walk through a story of old-fashioned Goatse. Now, if you're somebody as old as I am, you probably know what Goatse is. If you're somebody that's young and you play some Garry's mod with the friends, you know, you're under the age of 18, you're probably 15, 14 or something, like younger, okay? Young, you're a young buck. You might not know what Goatse necessarily is. So today's video is going to be a bit of a shocker. Now, why am I talking about a shock image from the early days of the internet? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's partially because Garry's mod has a few moderations on it, okay? A few mods that exist on it, you know? Now, there's a few mods known as glue library, action extension, view extension, and ambient occlusion. Now, if you had these add-ons on Garry's mod, chances are you were having a pretty fine dandy day. But in the last few days, if you happen to have some of these mods, like Glue Library, you may have noticed that upon logging into your Garry's mod server, you would be given a screamer and an image of Goatse. Now, I'm going to start off by basically looking at some of the source code for the Lua files that were part of this mod, okay? Now, over the course of the weekend, a few people thought that they were hacked, okay? The people who were running these mods, you know, the specific users, were hacked. But ladies and gentlemen, let's stop, okay? Because the Lua file is conveniently titled, fuck you. The Lua language is effectively designed to extend a software application's customization, okay? It's basically there to help you moderate or mod games or add things to video games down the line, okay? Modders specifically use this for source engine games, but you'll typically find them across the board for various other titles. Now we're going to start with reading what is in fact fuck you Steam, okay? Let's get started with the diatribe. You, Steam, you, Garry, you, Gabe, the Steam moderators of Steam no works, you, Steam Workshop, your workshop issues, Lua errors, pay me money or die, you stupid pieces of shit. I want you and family died in suffering. I killed your 12th woman, I killed your mother, I killed your guy, I eat my shit and lick my nuts. Now, of course, you probably heard a lot of beeps in there, and the only reason I'm doing it is because YouTube would literally, age restrict this video if I decided to show you. Now, of course, there's a lot of blurs, and I hope to God I'm good at editing this, because if I miss one of these, I'm going to get a slap on my balls by old Susan here, okay? I hope to God that I blurred enough of it because I don't want to get, like, sniped by the moderation team. But effectively, this Lua file didn't exactly look like it was super duper excited about the idea of Steam. Now, of course, what this moderation would do is effectively, once you logged into the Garry's mod game, it would give you a screamer and an image of Goatse. You might be like, Muta, what's Goatse? Okay, I'm just going to get real and graphic with you, okay? Back in the day, there was an image of a person who basically put one finger on this side of the anus, one finger on this side of the anus, and then they stretched their anus out so hard that you could see several inches deep into it. It is quite possibly one of the most wildest shock images somebody has ever seen. Effectively, the anus is stretched so hard that one can look deep into the hole, okay? Imagine an anus looks like this, like this, like very, very tiny, okay? Imagine the anus just looking like this, okay? This is how far it's stretched. Normally, a human being cannot stretch the anus, okay, without it, like, bleeding or prolapsing. But in this case, it takes several attempts. Now, I do have to say, for medical reasons and safety reasons, please do not stretch your anus, okay? Especially to those lengths. I'm absolutely certain it is not medically normal, nor is it healthy, okay? I'm just putting it out there. Don't stretch the butthole that far. Now, of course, some people thought that this person was hacked initially, but of course, reading that Lua file, there wasn't really any hack going on. More so, the actual creator behind it got so mad at a ban that they received off of Garry's mod, off of Steam, that they decided to change their mod so much that when people updated it to the current version, they were given fat Goatses across the board. Now, thank God, so one of our homies on YouTube, Thaf9, was the first person to really discover this. But of course, as soon as I heard about it, I jumped into the situation, and lo and behold, I got a screamer myself. Of course, I'm not going to show you Goatse on my channel, because I don't want a community strike on it, but it is what it is. Of course, even the console would go crazy inside the entire screamer, okay? You would effectively just be getting a lot of hate towards Gabe, okay? Gabe Newell, the CEO of old Valve. It would not be a good time. Of course, it wasn't just Goatse. It would sometimes be anime Neko cats, for instance, as some people have seen, which is much more lighter than somebody's first time at the Goatse. I could only imagine there were probably younger kids who were just happening to log on to Gmod after school that day, and all of a sudden they had to see an anus like 6 inches deep. Wasn't exactly something most people should look into. But, you know, sometimes things like that happen on the internet. Of course, even beyond that, there were several images of the old troll face model. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like dinosaurs are playing Garry's mod when I see the troll face brought back on. But apparently SpongeBob's voice, and I didn't hear this, but you can hear slurs said by SpongeBob, okay? Apparently all these hacks are running around rampant. So yes, if you're somebody that's playing Garry's mod and you've experienced this, don't be surprised, okay? Things aren't exactly too good on the Gmod front. And if you haven't seen it yet, good job. Log off for a couple of weeks, play Payday 2, and come back when things are a little more halal on the days of Garry's mod. Now, of course, for those of you who want to use things like Glue Library, there's been an amount of developers that are out there finding old versions of the actual tool and have been uploading it for people to utilize these add-ons without the threat of 6-inch anuses appearing all over their monitors. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's a wild story, and it's something that, frankly, makes me giggle a little bit inside. The fact that somebody got banned, apparently, and they got so ass mad that they touched upon all their hard work for moderations and just flooded it with pictures of Goatse. It's like both nostalgic to me because I remember it from the old internet, but the fact that there's so many new waves of people who have just logged on to Garry's mod, who have never seen what Goatse looks like, now have to witness this, is absolutely shocking and in some ways hilarious indeed. It's kind of like new people of the internet have finally discovered what made the old internet so wild and wacky indeed. And I'm thanking God that there wasn't a GIF or a video file of like one man, one jar. That would have been truly traumatizing. But yeah, Goatse managed to make waves again after decades, basically, at this point, into Garry's mod. All because one moderator got so ass mad they got banned by Steam, by Valve, that they decided to flood their hard work with pictures of 6-inch deepened anuses. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's a wild world indeed. No, nobody was hacked. This is just pure unbridled rage kicking at its effect. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. I am out.